Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cricket Wicket. And after more than 65 players being sold and more than 155 crores being spent in total, the IPL 2023 auction is done and dusted. And today I'll be telling you the key recaps of the auction in case you missed watching the event. The first big news was that 3 out of the 4 most expensive players sold in an auction in the history of IPL were sold in this year's auction. It's all about the auction dynamics and the fact that there was less supply and more demand resulted in teams breaking the bank for particular players, especially all-rounders. The first player who broke the bank is the current Test captain of England, Ben Stokes, who was sold to CSK for 16.25 crores, which was a bit of a surprise to me as I expected him to be sold for around 10 to 12 crores as his past few IPL seasons have been pretty underwhelming and CSK would want more consistency from him. But make no mistake, with his experience, caliber and recent form, don't be surprised if Ben Stokes turns things around come this IPL. Second was a tall giant Cameron Green, who was sold to Mumbai for 17.5 crores. I was kind of shocked to see Cameron Green being sold for such an expensive price tag as he's not very experienced and has just played 8 T20 internationals. But again, it's a matter of supply and demand. Most of his runs in T20 internationals came at the top of the order, and with Mumbai's top order already packed, it will be interesting to see how he fits into the grooves of their playing 11. But with his ability to hit the ball a long way and bowl 2 to 3 overs every match, he is a good addition to the side. Finally, the most expensive player in the history of an IPL auction was Sam Curran, who was sold for 18.5 crores. His death bowling has dramatically improved over the past year, and the fact that he can tong the ball a long way and that there were very few capped all-rounders available in the market made him a matter of interest for many franchises. Gujarat also made some really smart tactical picks at the beginning of the auction, none the bigger than picking Kane Williamson for his base price of 2 crores, which I thought was a steal because yes, his strike rate is a concern, but nonetheless to acquire his services and the loads of experiences he brings on board for 2 crores is a steal. Nicholas Pooran, who was released by SRH last year after a poor season, got more than 5 crores in this auction than the last auction, getting sold for 16 crores to Lucknow. Lucknow needed a finisher, and well, we all know how explosive a batter Pooran can be, and hopefully for him, a new franchise means a new beginning. Harry Brook I thought was a bit overpaid. He was sold for 13.25 crores to SRH, and I think because of his splendid performances in Test cricket where he's been explosive and has scored 3 centuries in 6 matches, he gained a bit more attention because otherwise a strike rate of 137 and average of 27 in T20 internationals doesn't exactly back a 13.25 crore price tag. 2 uncapped players who gained the attention of various franchises were firstly fast bowler Shivam Mavi, who got in a bidding war and eventually got sold to Gujarat Titans for 6 crores. He's an exciting prospect who can often break the 145 km per hour mark. Secondly, another fast bowler, Mukesh Kumar, got sold for 5.5 crores to Delhi. His stats are really impressive in T20s and he has done really well in domestic cricket, so keep an eye on him. What was really interesting to see were some of the team's auction strategy. For example, Rajasthan was completely fine with spending their budget on just 1 player, which they showcased while bidding for Harry Brooks. They entered the auction with 13.2 crores and at one time they had bid 13 crores for Harry Brooks. That would have resulted in Rajasthan ending with only 5 overseas players, and that would have almost ended their auction right there and then, as they would have only 20 more lakhs to spend. After they bought Jason Holder for 5.75 crores, they tried doing the same thing, trying to spend their full purse on Nicholas Pooran, but eventually they were outbid. But that just showcased that they were fine with having just 5 or 6 overseas players. RCB also had a really smart strategy to bump the bids of players by starting the bids of some of the big names aggressively, because either they would end up with a bargain deal or they would push the bids of players so teams end up spending a bit more than they expected. They did that with Harry Brooks, Sam Curran, Mayank Agrawal, Cameron Green and Ben Stokes, so clearly that was a strategy. Overall, a very interesting auction and hopefully all franchises got what they wanted. Teams like SRH and Punjab had to basically revamp their squad and had a lot to do, while teams like KKR and RCB, who entered with the lowest purses, did most of their job before the auction itself. It remains to see whether the expensive price tag will impact the player performances, and in a few months we will get to see whether players will perform to the expectation of the franchises. So that's it for today's video. Comment down below on your opinion about this auction. Don't forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Tata and adios.